When you feel ready, bring the breath back to normal, in and out, through the nose. I'd like for us to gently move through the neck. So as our eyes are closed, we're breathing deeply. We'll take our head to our right side and then slowly begin turning to our left. This helps stretch through the neck. Also, as we gently move through the joints of our body, it brings good blood flow, bringing oxygen to those areas. We want to stay flexible in our neck. And as we continue to move slowly, we'll do our best to bring the chin over the shoulder if we can. However, remembering if we're taking care of our neck, just always pay attention to our limitations. We do not ever want to push ourselves farther than we need to. And as we come to our left side, I'd like for you to hold the stretch and take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we'll slowly come to our right side. Deep breath in. And release center. We're going to bring our fingertips, crossing our arms to the top of the shoulders. We'll keep our eyes closed as we release the chin forward. Using the fingertips, I'd like for you to massage the top of the shoulders. I found that most people carry their tension, their stress in their shoulders and neck. When we become anxious, when we become tense, we'll feel the tension in our neck and shoulders. So as we're relaxing the chin forward, we can continue to massage the shoulders, or we can gently press down. We want to hold steady, breathing deeply, and feel a good stretch in the back of the neck. From this position, this will be a slow movement, moving the chin to the right and slowly to the left. Continue to breathe deeply. We want to be mindful of our breath, breathing in and out through the nose. If you find your mind wandering off, let's come back, being present in the moment. Counting the breaths if we need to. And we'll hold center. Eyes are closed. I'd like for you to slowly begin lifting the chin up toward the sky and release slowly to the chest. Just a different movement for the vertebrae in our neck. And it's a gentle, slow movement as we're pressing down into the shoulders. Breathing in and relaxing down. Let's hold for just a moment and take a deep breath. We'll continue to be mindful of our breath, staying present in the moment. We'll lift the chin as if you're looking forward, but continue if you're comfortable with the eyes closed. I'd like for you to bring the chin to the right side. And I want you to envision a large smile, a happy smile, and you're going to use the chin to slowly trace the smile from the right side corner to the left side corner of the smile. Continue to sit comfortably. Breathe deeply, moving slowly right to left. When we come to our right side, we'll hold and take a deep breath. We'll envision a large rainbow, and we want to use the chin to trace the rainbow from right to left. Again, moving at your own pace from side to side. We'll come to our left side. The end of the rainbow will slowly bring our chin to the chest. We'll release the arms forward. Go ahead and open your eyes. If you are seated on the floor, the hands will be right in front of you. If you're in a chair, I'd like for you to place your hands on your knees. We're going to begin to slowly curve the spine, moving into our cat pose. Holding, taking a deep breath in. And when we exhale, if you're on the floor, bend the elbows. Seated, gently bend the elbows. I want you to think about lifting the chin and the tail toward the sky. We'll move from our cow pose into cat. Feel free to close the eyes and continue to pay attention to how your spine is feeling. Also, your lower back. As you're moving between our cat-cow flow, you'll feel a stretch in the muscles running along the spine. These are erector spinae. The muscles that run along the spine can get tight and tense as we're seated during the day. We can hold tension in the lower back above the hips. And let's move into our cat. If you're seated on the floor, open the fingers wide, press in through the palms as well as the fingertips. We want to open through the shoulder blades. If you're seated in a chair, just pressing into the knees. Gentle pressure. And when we come forward into our cat, if you're on the floor, feel free to come to the forearms, pressing a little bit deeper into the hips. If you're seated, you can bring the hands onto the knees and continue to press in. Let's close our eyes. We'll take a deep breath. Let's bring our focus to our hips. With our exhalation, letting go of any tension, stress we're holding in our hips. Moving up the spine, continuing to relax through the shoulders and the neck. I'd like for everyone to slowly sit all the way up, bringing their hands to their knees and roll the shoulders down and back. I want us to gently move through the shoulders, so we'll release the arms to our side. Take a deep breath in. Begin reaching and stretching up to the heavens. We'll release, pressing out and away from our body. Feel free to close your eyes. When we're reaching and stretching, pay attention to how the shoulders are feeling, how the spine feels as you lift the arms toward the sky. We'll continue to slowly breathe, and remember, move at your own pace. You do not have to move with me. We'll release. Bring the hands behind you, whether they're behind your hips seated or on your mat. We're going to press the chest forward, feeling a good stretch through our pectorals, the front deltoids. Elongate the neck, lift the chin. And when we release, we'll return our hands to either our knees or the floor in front of our legs. Let's move into cat. Releasing cat, sitting tall, arms to our side. Take a deep breath in. As we have our head forward, looking towards me, I want you to gently move side to side. As we begin to move side to side, pretend you're holding a large beach ball in your arms, bringing the fingertips toward. As we're moving, we're gently stretching through our obliques, our abdominal muscles on each side. Movement through the spine, side to side. Breathing deeply, bringing good blood flow through each joint. Now, as we come to our right side, whether you're in a chair, you can hold on to the side of the chair to support your body or place the hand on the floor. I want you to reach. Do the best you can, holding the stretch. Continue with your breath. Continue staying present. When we release, we'll bring both arms up and slowly move side to side. So during the day, if you're seated for your meetings, if you're seated helping the kids with their schoolwork, take time just to stretch, release tension. You can move through these stretches as we move through our left side. The kids, the children, they have the tension, the stress in the neck and the shoulders. This is something you could incorporate with them to help release tension and stress. We'll bring both arms up, and I want you to bring the arms forward, either to your knees or the floor. Slowly pressing back into our cat pose. We'll move forward into our cow pose, pressing the chest forward, lifting the chin. From here, we'll lift the arms up and slowly bring forward. Pressing back into cat. This is a good stretch for the spine, but as well as the shoulders, lifting up and pressing forward. Pressing the spine toward the back of your chair or the back wall. And then coming into cow. Let's lift the arms. I want you to sit as tall as you can, extending the arms high, fingertips toward the sky. Move through the wrists. So if you can't see, I'm going to bring them down. I want you to continue to have the arms extended and move through the wrist, moving through the wrist joint, moving through the fingers, making sure that you are touching through each joint. And then with our hands open wide, we're going to slowly turn to our right. As we move into our spinal flexion stretch, we'll bring our hand behind us to support ourselves. We want to continue to sit tall. Bring the left hand to the top of the knee. Do your very best to begin turning. If you can, look behind with the chin over the shoulder. We're going to be moving through this spinal flexion stretch a few times. So when we release, bring both hands behind, supporting your back, whether they're on the chair or the floor. Open the chest wide, bring the shoulder blades together. We are in forward flexion so much during the day that we want to take the opportunity to stretch through our chest, our pectoral muscles. And as we bring the shoulder blades together, this helps strengthen the muscles for best posture. We'll release the arms, take a deep breath in. Let's continue to move through the wrists as we did before, as we're sitting tall, elongating the spine, moving through the fingers. Then we'll have the fingers lifted high, slowly begin turning to our left side. Let's bring our hand behind our hip and our right hand to the knee. We'll add gentle pressure, moving into our spinal flexion pose. Do your best to look over the back shoulder. Breathing deeply. When we release, bring both hands behind. Opening up, reversing forward flexion. Elongate the spine, elongate the neck, lift the chin. Sit as tall as you can. Take a deep breath in. Slowly releasing, lifting the arms. And again, we'll move to our right side. This will be the last time we move through our spinal flexion in this pose. Hopefully feeling a little bit more flexible, able to move a little bit deeper into the pose. This is a functional fitness stretch. We always want to be able to turn and look behind us. When we release, both hands behind, opening the chest, reversing forward flexion. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we'll take a breath in, lifting the arms and moving to our left side. Again, doing our best to look over the back shoulder. Very good. We'll return center. Let's take just a moment to rest the shoulders, rest the hands. We'll place our hands on our legs or our knees with the palms facing up. We'll close our eyes and take a deep breath in. As we stay present, mindful of our breath, I'd like for you to take your thumb and just tap the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the small finger. Several times, just gently moving through the fingers, being mindful of our breath. Relaxing, continuing to release any tension. And then release, relax through the hands. Very good. Now, if you're on the floor, what I'd like for you to do is extend the legs forward. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me a little bit better. Extending the legs. And if you're seated in a chair, just extend the legs in front of you. We're going to continue to stretch through the lower back, through the shoulders. So with the legs extended, take a deep breath in. And I want you to do your best to reach forward. If you're reaching forward, sitting in a chair, just bring the arms forward gently, paying attention to how your back is feeling. If you're seated on the floor, on your yoga mat or on your carpet, what I'd like for you to do is just extend. Actively stretch forward. We'll be moving from our hip flexors. We're doing our best to keep our neck and spine in line. We do have tension that we hold in our lower back above each hip. So actively stretching can help release tension in the muscles running along the spine. Continue. Feel free to keep your eyes closed and move at your own pace. If you would like to move forward and hold the stretch, you can bring the hands to your legs. You can rest the hands on your knees. If you're seated, on your shins, bringing the hands forward to your feet. If you prefer to continue with an active stretch and that feels better for you, you can continue moving through the shoulders. And then, if you're in a chair, I'd like for you to reach behind the chair and bring your hands to the back and press the chest forward. If you're seated on the floor, let's bring the hands behind the hips with the legs extended and sit as tall as we can, elongating the spine, the neck, lifting the chin toward the sky. When we release, I'd like to stretch our hips. If you're seated in a chair, and you can, there's 2 ways to stretch the hips seated in a chair. You can cross at your ankles with the feet on the floor, or if you can, bring the leg up and cross over the quadricep. For everyone that on the floor, what I'd like for you to do is bend the left knee and bring the foot in toward the inside of your right thigh. This is going to open the hip, stretching the hip, and then we're going to continue moving through the stretch for our hamstring. So, with the arms up, breathing deeply, we'll continue here. I am going to go ahead and get into the chair. So for anyone seated into the chair, so everyone on the floor, just continue moving. If you're in the chair and if your hips are tight, you can cross sitting forward at the chair. Allow the knee to fall toward the floor and open the hip. If you're able to lift, we're going to bring the leg out just slightly, and we'll continue to bring the arms forward. So if you're on the floor, the left leg is resting with the knee bent, the foot toward the inner thigh. If you're seated in a chair, we have the leg resting. And as you move forward, you're going to feel the stretch through the hip. We also have the opportunity, as we're moving, stretching through the shoulder. I always like to try to touch on each joint, moving and bringing blood flow to each. Now, on the floor, I'd like for you to bring your hands toward the shin, ankle, or foot, holding the stretch. If you're seated and you're able to bring the arms, add gentle pressure to the hip as we hold. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Bring your focus to the areas that you feel the most tension. With each exhalation, do your best to release, let it all flow from the body. Bring both legs forward on the mat and both feet down. We'll continue to move forward, stretching and releasing. Both legs forward. If you're on the mat, continue with our active stretch. And remember, this is your own practice. You can continue actively stretching, or you can hold the stretch depending on what feels best for you. One last time, forward, and then we will move to our right hip. So if you're on the floor, you'll have the left leg extended. You'll bring the right foot into the inner thigh on the floor. If you're in a chair, depending on how your hip feels, you can cross at the ankle. If you're able to, rest the leg just above the knee. And as we're holding here, we'll continue to move through the shoulders, forward and releasing. So for my folks on the floor, as you move forward, you're also going to feel this in your hamstring. Tight hamstrings can cause our lower back to hurt. So it's important that we work on keeping our hamstrings flexible as well as our lower back. So feel free to continue moving, or you can bring the hands forward and rest on the shin, ankle, foot. If we're in our chair, we can add gentle pressure. Let's close our eyes. We'll continue to breathe deeply. letting go of tension, stress in our hip, our hamstring, our lower back. We're going to release both feet down if you are in your chair. Seated on the floor, we'll extend both legs and continue actively stretching. Forward. Again, if you have the legs extended on the floor, you'll feel a good stretch. What I'd like for anyone who is seated in a chair to extend one leg at a time and move forward from the hip flexors. You'll feel a gentle stretch through the hamstring. At any time, feel free to rest. Always moving at your own pace. If you're in a chair, I would like for you to release and move to the opposite leg, extending, moving forward. Good. As we exhale, we'll bring both feet together. If you're in a chair, what I'd like for you to do is just move all the way back in your chair. I want you to have your back fully supported. If you are on the mat, I'd like for you to lay all the way down. So in a chair, resting and relaxing. If you are on the floor, let's go ahead and lay down. If you're comfortable on the floor, laying down with the legs extended, I'd like for you to relax through the hips. Bring the arms to the side. If your lower back is feeling tight, you can bend the knees and you can place a pillow under the back with the knees bent, just to release any stress, tension you may be feeling. We're going to go through a guided relaxation time. So if you're on the floor and you would like to place a blanket over you, and even if you're in the chair, I want you to feel warm. I want you to feel relaxed. We'll close our eyes. And I'd like for you just to take a moment before we begin, moving back to our deep cleansing breaths. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Forcefully press the air from your mouth. Staying present, focused on our breath. I'd like for you to completely relax the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. We want to do our best to leave all our distractions, all our to-do lists outside of the room, following my voice, paying attention to how your body is feeling. I want you to visualize your relaxation. We'll begin with our feet, gently moving the toes forward and back. Relaxing through our arches and ankles. Gently begin moving up through the legs, relaxing the calves, letting go of any tension in the quadriceps and hamstrings. Inhale. releasing, relaxing the legs, the ankles, the feet. As we reach our hips, I want you to let go of any tension you're still holding, falling closer to the earth, feeling the body relax. Taking this time to relax through the gluteals and the abdominals. Breathing deeply. Inhale. Exhale. I'd like for everyone to visualize the base of your spine, the tailbone. Releasing any tension we're holding in our lower back, and we'll begin slowly moving up the vertebrae, one at a time. With each vertebrae, we relax, release. As we come to our shoulders, release any weight you're carrying with you. Let all the weight fall to the floor, along with any burdens, worries, anxieties. We'll take a deep breath in. Relax, moving deeper into your relaxation. We'll continue to stay present, focused on our breath. We'll begin to slowly move down the arms, resting and relaxing. We'll continue to let all the tension flow from the fingertips, moving deeper into your relaxation. Inhale, releasing. Letting go of any tension we're still holding in our neck, in our jaw, parting the lips and teeth. Relaxing through the cheeks, around the eyes, brow, and forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Our bodies are relaxed, calm, peaceful. We'll take a few moments to continue quietly relaxing and breathing. As we exhale, we're going to begin to wake the body. I'd like for you to gently move through the toes and the fingers. If you are relaxed on the floor, I'd like for you to move onto your left side in a resting position. If you're seated in the chair, I'll have you continue moving through the fingers and the toes. Breathing deeply. Once you're in a resting position on the floor, if you'll place your hand in front of your chest and gently assist yourself up into a seated position. We will all meet, whether in our chair or on our mat, sitting tall, breathing deeply, and we'll release our arms to our side. I'd like for you to take a deep breath in, reaching, stretching up toward the sky, pressing out and away, letting go of any negative energy we still may be holding on to. We'll take a deep breath in, looking up to the heavens, and bring in all the positive energy. We'll place our hands into a prayer pose and exhale the heart center. Peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that I've helped you with relaxing, gently stretching, and I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you. That's all that I have for everyone today, Joni.
Thank you so much. I know I feel a lot more rested. I think I'm going to have my son watch this as soon as the recording is ready. So I'll just let all of you know this recording will be available on our website, and it'll actually be posted on a new YouTube channel. And so if you wanted to do this every morning, you'll have access to that link. So information will be sent out probably next week about the YouTube channel where you can access all of the sessions from the conference. So thank you so much, Tammy. This was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It definitely is a passion of mine, and I just really, truly believe that we all need to take time each day just to relax and be mindful of our bodies and our breath. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here today.
It was excellent. Thank you so much. So for those that are moving, we'll have a couple of hours break, and then we'll have 2 sessions for you to choose from at noon. And you should each have the agenda so you can choose those. I think one of them is the Dad Cave. So we have a group of dads that are going to share how they manage stress and anxiety, especially during this time right now. And then the other session is a cooking session by a chef here in Oklahoma City. So we actually switch chefs, but if you click on baking or cooking with Becky, it'll actually be a gentleman that'll be doing a session on cooking. So thank you for coming, and I hope that this has gotten you started off to a really good, restful day. I'm going to double check our chat here. Okay, lots of thank yous. Kyle cooks on K4. That'll be presenting at the same time as the Dad Cave at noon. So you all have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
I think that went really well, Tammy.
Good. I really wanted to try to just have a relaxation time without having to, move into any different yoga poses that anyone didn't feel comfortable with. But I would, if anyone is interested that, moving forward, like you said, if we just want to have like a chair yoga, definitely can do that. If anyone is interested in going through a yoga class on the mat, I would love to do that too.
Okay.
Do something today that everyone would feel comfortable, just kind of an introduction just to breathe and relax and let go of stress and anxiety.
Right. I think Acela joined us. Acela, we were talking a little bit earlier that I know you didn't get to see Anna's session yesterday, but we thought it'd be kind of fun to have Tammy and Anna tag team where Anna could give us a good, healthy idea, or Renee, on food snacking ideas, and then have Tammy do just a short yoga session, whether it's mat or in a chair. And I don't know, Estella may be looking at both. She may have just been looking at our attendance. So
I am in both.
yeah,
The other one is still going.
I did.
You know, it was really great. They were up dancing with Tori.
It
was great. Yeah, we had up to 36 participants at one time, so that was really good. Yeah, and I don't know, how many did you guys have?
We had 20, 25. And then when you sent out the message to go to the other session, we had several that dropped off, but we didn't lose any others. So yeah, they
sorry. No, I was just making sure that they get on.
Yeah.
Well,
just the mornings, families are going in a million different directions, and
yeah, I'm just making sure that they get on one or the other. I know I need to tell them about Kyle Cooks, you said? Let me do that real quick. Hold on.
So they'll have the dad cave, or yeah, we didn't change it from Becky just because we figured if they were expecting someone cooking, it was okay.
Yeah. It originally was baking with Becky, and now it's the Kyle. It's Kyle that cooks on KFOR, and he's got a catering business too. So I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure he'll let us know. But he's actually going to be, when I talked to him, he's actually going to go to the high school, and the high school is going to help him. There's going to be students in the home ec room.
Okay.
And they are going to do it with him.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So he set that up through them, and I thought that was pretty neat.
Boy, he did that quickly. Tammy, we had one of our speakers for noon is experiencing COVID, and so she's not well enough to do her session. And Becky Odell jumped in and called another cook that she knew, or chef, I guess.
And this is Kyle that you're speaking of? Okay. I know that I signed up for one at noon. I was going to look and see.
I think it was either the Dad's Cove or Baking with Becky were the two, and Kyle will take the place of Baking with Becky.
Okay. I'm going to look and see what. Okay, Baking with Becky. I'm going to jump
over here just because I have some virtual school to take care of real quick.
Yeah,
and I got
go right ahead. I think we're good. Oh, I should have stopped the recording. Doggone it. I hope we can. I am not doing well at this.
I'm going to do that so that I can be back and be prepared for